Hello guys, so I just want to make a quick video here. I'm actually on vacation. I'm actually coming from the beach. So I didn't really get any time to check the internet for quite a while, and I just recently found out someone's left me a comment that Gate.io, on Gate.io, the Kishu Inu tokens aren't showing up on there. So if any of you guys have a token on there, this person who messaged me, he said that he wrote a letter to them and they allowed him to send his Kishu Inu to Mexi Global. So you can either send them to Mexi Global or Bitmart, the Bitmart exchange. So you guys might want to do that as soon as possible, because I wasn't aware, otherwise I would have made an emergency video about it. Because like I said, I'm actually on vacation. Now, as far as WikiCat, I had recorded the WikiCat video for a while now. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. And at that time, I think the price of WikiCat was at 7072, I think. But I just discovered that WikiCat had made a spike. I think it's at 7074. So I just want to mention that here, so you guys understand that I had made it, just a couple of days beforehand. So here is the pre-recorded video. Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about WikiCat, which just so happens to be another prophetic meme coin. Now, I personally wasn't shown anything in regards to WikiCat prophetically, but Yah has shown this to many others, and I believe these prophecies. I have faith in WikiCat. Now, WikiCat is actually a meme coin. It's on the Binance Smart Chain, so it's a BNB token. Its inception was, I think it was in 2022. Yes, in March of 2022. They created this coin, and they started it with around 1,000 trillion tokens, guys. Usually when they start off, they have a bazillion zeros behind it. And eventually they end up with a very small amount, just like all the other coins out there. But yeah, that's a large number. It started with 1,000 trillion tokens. Now, immediately afterwards, the developer went and burned 30% of that number, which is around 300 trillion. So immediately that was sent to a dead wallet. That was burnt and gone. And the rest of it was locked up in a liquidity pool for around 2 years, I think, until they, after the 2 years, I think they send it somewhere where no one person can have access to that liquidity. So the owner had since then given it over to the community. Currently today, WikiCat does not necessarily have a CEO. The community is the CEO because it was given over to the community. So WikiCat is a community-driven token. Currently, it is owned by the community, which is actually, I find that to be actually a good thing, guys. Because as a result, no one person will ever own more than 5% of WikiCat's total supply. And I think that's a great idea, considering that usually the whales can easily manipulate the markets. When you have people that owns more than 5 or even 10% of any whatever cryptocurrency it is, they can easily, manipulate the markets. They can dump a whole lot, causing the price to become very volatile. So we won't be able to have that with WikiCat. So that's a very good thing right there. Now, also, WikiCat, the original idea behind WikiCat was to basically be money, to make it easier for people to use cryptocurrencies in exchange for services, to be money. And also to facilitate the creation and exchange of non-fungible tokens, which are NFTs. So it was created to create its own NFTs and to facilitate the trading of NFTs as well. Now, WikiCat was originated in Africa, and it has grown to have a large global community. A lot of people love WikiCat, guys, and this community is very strong. You see, because of the idea behind, a community governance. A lot of people love that, including myself. So it has grown since then. I've been actually watching this WikiCat for, I think, just about over a year now. I've been watching it just being so progressive. If you guys can see it for yourself here on the screen, from its inception, which is not that far away, like I said, it was just in 2022. You'll notice that not long after it was launched, it started on a steady incline. And especially just from a year ago, it was around the 8 zeros area. It had around 8 zeros just a year ago in 2024. And it also went on a steady incline in the span of a year, which is also very obvious there on the charts. And that is a clear sign of a healthy growth in terms of progression whenever it comes to the rise of any cryptocurrency. It's pretty obvious. You know, hardly you see any, what do you call it? You know, those manufactured spikes that just, you know, go incredibly high and just dump immediately. You know, those clear signs of a pump and dump. No, it's not like that with WikiCat. It has been mostly a steady rise, which is very, very healthy. And I can see it is at 10 since last year in 2024. And I can most definitely see WikiCat eating more zeros in the years to come. So yeah, from my observation, WikiCat is actually doing very well, guys. You know, whenever I look at it on the charts, it's developing quite strongly. And I'm not a financial advisor. I can't advise anyone to purchase it. I can only recommend. I would say, because like I said before, I wasn't shown personally, but based off of what I see and from tracking it for the past year, this meme coin is growing very healthy. And several others have received prophecies from Yah that this meme coin will eat a lot of zeros. And I can see how, I can see why it will do it. You see, not only because of the strong community behind it, but also because of its deflationary function. Yes, WikiCat is also deflationary. Whenever there's like a transaction with WikiCat, there's a 2% tax. Now, 1% of that 2% goes directly, immediately to a dead wallet. And the other 1% goes to the further development of WikiCat, of the WikiCat project. So yes, guys, personally, I'm very interested in this token. You know, I love the way that it's being developed. I love the way that it looks on the charts. And I believe also in the prophecies of it eating a lot of zeros. It appears, guys, literally, it appears that it's literally getting ready to eat a number of zeros. And especially, as I mentioned before, the timing of when the meme coins are going to shine is when Bitcoin tumbles. Guys, whenever Bitcoin tumbles, especially all of you guys out there who already have been holding WikiCat since it was at the 8 zeros level, you guys who have been, you know, long time holders of WikiCat, you guys are going to be celebrating because WikiCat is going to also be explosive in its movement. Yes, I can most definitely see that happening with WikiCat. You see, because of this healthy growth that it's been doing in the past couple of years. And also because no one person is in charge of WikiCat. It is owned by the community. As a result, I believe in WikiCat. I believe that it will be very successful and it will make a lot of people a lot of money as well. Just like, you know, BNB Tiger, BNB Lion, and these other prophetic meme coins as well. It will do excellent. Yeah, so for all of you guys out there who have been fans of WikiCat, who have been holding for the longest time, continue to hold. And for the rest who were considering to get some, it is entirely up to you. You decide. If you want, you can, and hold on to it. Right now, it is only on the Gate exchange. That's the only exchange that I see that WikiCat is on with the ticker symbol. It has the ticker symbol of WKC. But aside from that, it's not really on any other exchanges. That, guys, is not necessarily a bad thing. You see, because it means that it has a lot of room to grow. Currently, you can only get it on those two exchanges or on PancakeSwap. So in the future, whenever it gets listed, you know that the price is going to explode. It's going to rise. It's going to rise extremely fast. So we also have that to look forward to whenever it starts getting listed on these major exchanges. That's going to boost the price tremendously. So guys, that's all I want to discuss concerning WikiCat, this next prophetic meme coin. I have very high hopes for this coin. I believe in this project, and I believe it's going to bless a lot of people as well. Now, you guys take very good care. Peace, shalom. Until next time.